Do you find yourself searching through your fabric stash for the perfect coordinates? Do you strive to be more confident in your color combinations? If you answered yes or just love fabric, then a subscription to Goodies Color Club is for you. Goodies Bundle Club is a quarterly subscription program with carefully curated fabric bundles by me sent right to your doorstep. I handpick every fabric in each delivery with 12 half-yard pieces, which will only be available to Goodies Bundle Club members. In addition to an exclusive Stash Builder bundle, each delivery includes a booklet of information on the fabrics I have chosen, the fabric designer, additional fabric suggestions to use with the bundle, and quilt patterns that would be a perfect pairing with the fabric. Hi, my name is Gudrun from G Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hello, everybody. Thank you all for being with us here on this lovely Tuesday. Feels like haven't seen each other for a while since we had Friday off, but it's great to see you. Thank you for being here. Whether you're a YouTuber or a Facebooker, make sure you subscribe to our channel and follow our page if you haven't done so yet. And sign up for those notifications. Now, we have a giveaway every single show, so you want to stick around to the end for that giveaway question. Even if you're not watching live, you can always enter the giveaway. Now, we have a giveaway question, like I said, $25 gift card is up for grabs. We also appreciate all of your love in the form of hearts and thumbs up, your comments, and we love interaction every single show. I am here, of course, with Mr. HP behind the board, controlling the show. We're back from a little getaway. It was nice. On the show today, I have some great stuff. As always, we will be revealing a little something super special regarding one of my first products ever released. I have a great tip of the day for you, and then of course some fabulous fabrics. We'll talk about the Kopi quilt along, a couple other reminders, so stick around, everybody, stick around. Now, first up though, let's announce our winner from last week. Our giveaway question for last week was, what is your favorite fabric designer or manufacturer? And the answers were all over the board, that's what we love because we all like different things. But our winner, randomly chosen by the comment generator, is Dee Dee Slack. I hope I pronounced your name, Dee Dee. I hope that was correct. But congratulations, $25 gift card is yours. Her favorite designer is Camille Russ Kelly, and Moda is her favorite manufacturer. So please just send us an email to help@quiltdesigns.com and we will get you that gift card right away. Well, let's kick it off by talking about our quilts on the set, something I forget all the time. So let's do it right off the bat. I have a quilt behind me, a new one. This is, it's not a new pattern, it's Phoenix. We did that as a quilt along a little, probably over a year and a half ago. And this one is made with a new fabric, flannel, that is not here yet. It's a pre-order. It's called Lakeside Gatherings, I believe, by Lisa Bonjean of Primitive Gatherings. Beautiful Moda flannel, and I broke it down to just the blues and the cream and tans. And so it's really easy to make any quilts that are lights and darks. And I love, love, love how this one turned out. So this fabric should be getting here pretty soon, I think, pretty soon. On each of my sides are two different versions of my Braid Runner pattern. We have the OG, the original that's on the pattern cover, and then a brand new one from a bundle we just got not too long ago. So we'll be talking about that a little bit later. But we were out. Oh, let's talk about the one behind you. What's behind you, sir?
Oh, there it is.
This is fractions. It's hanging on the side, so it looks a bit different. But this one is also made from fabric that we have on pre-order. And so it's a beautiful line. We can't wait for that one. Shouldn't be too long now either. So we had a wonderful little getaway weekend. It started off being a work trip. So we went to Chicago to attend the H&H America's Trade Show, which is a show for kind of the crafting industry, not just quilting. It was really invigorating and fun to just connect with new people and also just connect with our vendors and friends in the industry. But what I loved is it's not just quilting. It had knitting and crochet, a lot of embroidery, needlework, and kind of all different crafts. So I love that. It does take my focus like all over the place, but I get such inspiration from different things. So it was really fun and great. So we were only there for a little short time, but it was enough for me. And then we headed over to California and spent a few days in Lake Tahoe with my son Atli and his wife Sam, and of course the two boys, Johan and Leo, the grandsons. And that was wonderful. They were going to a wedding, and so we watched the boys while they were at the wedding, but just had a great little family getaway. Of course, loved all the cuddles. So Johan is 3, gonna be 4 in October, and then Leo is just 4 months, 4.5 months. And he is just a bundle. He's a chunker. Lovely chunker where we got great weather, beautiful. It was, kind of chilly, but I think that's pretty normal for Tahoe this time of year. Still not cold enough to have some ice cream. So, and just all the baby cuddles we could get. Now, Johan is quite the photographer, and he of course imitates everything that Pawpaw does. So here are some photos that he took. He took this photo, and then didn't he have you take the same photo of him? I know. He took this one of me and Leo, and this is the best one though that he took. I don't even understand how he got this face. This reaction on Leo's face. I obviously was not paying attention. But this is such a great photo. I can't even believe it. It's like a cartoon face. I love it. But we had such a good time, and beautiful, gorgeous Tahoe. It was interesting, it's with the elevation, we're not really used to that, so it took a little while, but I, of course, utilized the hills for some walks, and yeah, you do get winded pretty fast when you're
I couldn't breathe.
trying to huff up the hill.
Walking down the block, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, it was different. Definitely something to takes getting used to for sure. But gorgeous surroundings, really, really pretty. All right, let's talk about some things, some reminders now that June, this is like the last week of June. It's amazing how time flies fast. So some reminders, of course. First up is the Master Your Stripology Rulers book and the new Stripology Quarters Mini Ruler special that we have for pre-order going on right now. You get the assigned book and the Little Mia pattern and video for free PDF. This one is a last chance to get in on this one is July 1st because we are going to start shipping it late next week. So by the end of next week, we're hoping everything gets here and we can start shipping all the pre-orders. So July 1st is your last chance to order that special. Also, June 30th is the last chance to get in on our anniversary Color Club special, which is if you subscribe to Color Club, you get an extra pack of fabrics from a previous month free with your first shipment. So, and speaking of Color Club, we are packaging the July pack of Color Club right now. Very exciting. Can't tell you anything about it.
What color?
Well, the color is all over the warehouse, but we can't say. Not yet, not yet. Now that won't ship until after on July 5th. So after the holiday, 4th of July, of course. I should remind everybody that we are closed on Monday, July 3rd and July 4th for the Independence Day. So gonna give our folks a little break, extra long weekend. We will get back to work on the 5th, and there will be a Tipsy Tuesday on the Wednesday. We'll talk about that later. All right, so it is time for our tip of the day, and this one is a great one, so let's check it out. Now with the holidays kind of coming up real fast, I love finding little fast projects to make for the kids. And so today I'm going to show you how to make this Cuddle, Minky or Cuddle blanket. Very quick, very easy, and a great little gift. The size is perfect for them to drag along either in the car or to have on the couch. So let me show you how it's done. I actually just took one of our Minky packs that we have in 1.5 yard cuts. We have quite a few. So I took two colors, 1.5 yard cut of this one, which is the Holiday Gnomes, and then this red hide Cuddle, so a little bit heavier, but you can of course do any combination. And the great thing about the 1.5 yard, I just cut it into fourths. So I cut my pieces about 27 inches square, so you can get 4 blankets out of 2 1.5 yard cuts. So once I just cut the squares, I laid them right sides together. So let me move this over. Right sides together. And the first thing I did, I just pinned it together and I rounded the corner, or just marked my rounded corners. I actually used the Atkinson round-up ruler that I was going to show you, and I can't find it now because it probably dropped on the floor. And I just marked my rounded corners with Sharpie, as you can see here. Then I made sure I put polyester thread in my sewing machine, and I stitched about, you want to have about an inch of a seam allowance. I just marked 2 openings here. You want to leave an opening for about, this is about 4-inch opening that I left open here. Once I have it stitched around, and you will notice I did not use a straight stitch. I did a little bit of a serpentine stitch, and the reason for that is, you know, Minky and Cuddle, it stretches one way, but not the other. So having a little serpentine stitch is actually going to give it the seam a little bit of a give. So a serpentine means it's just a little wiggle. If you don't have that, just a little slight zigzag will help that. So it has that little give. And it's not enough to show on the other side. So once I sewed it all the way around, leaving an opening, I just trimmed on the curved sides. So it's about 1 inch all the way around for seam allowance. Turned it right side out. And then top stitch. First off, I just stitched the opening where I turned it. Here it is. I just stitched that right on the edge to close it, just with a straight stitch, and I used gray polyester thread, something that's going to blend really nicely into the red because it's so long. And then once I closed that, I stitched about 1 inch around the whole edge. You could, of course, leave them square corners, rounded corners, just give you a lot of forgiveness, I feel like. And this is honestly it. So the final thing that I do once we have all of this sewn, you know how the long strings of the Cuddle kind of gets into the seam? I just take my By Annie stiletto and just kind of fluff it up, bring all those fibers out, and that makes it even more forgiving, pulls out all the fluff, and really quick, easy gifts. So I'll be making quite a few more of those because it's a perfect size. It's light enough for, you know, little kids to drag around. For older kids, it's perfect for the teddy bear or for the baby dolls. But just a 27-inch square about, and you have 4 blankets or 4 gifts. Really easy and really quick. So what a great gift and such an easy project. Now you want to make sure you use a walking foot when you do the sewing. It's really going to be very, very helpful when you put these together. But such a piece of cake. This is such a forgiving project. Way more forgiving than making a little quilt. And so quick. And kids just love it. So soft, so cuddly. You throw it in the wash, stays the same. So any questions you have on these, I wanted to show you some of the really cute Cuddles and Minkies that we just got in, some more with some holiday themes. If you wanted to do a Christmas themed one. We have, this one is called Minky Christmas Gnoming. So it has just this white, but it has really fun little icons for Christmas. And of course the gnomes in a little bit more pastel colors. We have the Arctic Party, and this one is, even though it looks directional, it's not. The icons are turned any which way. We have a really cute one here. This is called Cuddle in the Christmas Greeting. So these are super cute Santas, penguins, little polar bears. So perfect for something fun like this. Of course, it can also be just put on the back of a quilt. And we also restocked, this one was out of stock, but it just came back, the Cuddle in the Winter Bloom. This will be really beautiful. And so as far as the other side, you can take a solid, you can do kind of whatever you want. It's great if you have Cuddle scraps from any projects from before. You can use that. And actually, I will be talking about next week about how to join Cuddle if you want to piece some things together to make. I have some tips on you for that next week. But any questions you have on using Cuddle or sewing with it, let me know. It's such a great, fun little change of pace. You wash it before giving it with the red and the bleeding. So being that it is polyester, usually you don't really have any running colors, but you can. You can, of course, Just wash it with some color catchers. I would probably wash it before I give it because it actually helps fluff up the Minky a little bit. But I have never had any Minky or Cuddle bleed. Obviously, we've talked about this. What's the difference between Minky and Cuddle? Minky is the name of, in general, this type of fabric. But Cuddle is the one from Shannon Fabrics. Really high quality, so it's really great to work with. If you make a Cuddle quilt that is larger, do you have to stitch on the inner area to keep the top and bottom from separating? Not really, because it is polyester. You will notice, where's my, Kopi's right behind me. He might drag this over and start cuddling with it. So the beautiful thing with, it's gonna be super soft, and since we're not putting any batting in it, you do not have to tack it in the middle because this does not shrink. It's not gonna change at all when you wash it or play with it. So I have not done that. Even when I do regular cotton and just a Minky back or a Cuddle back, no batting, I don't tack it in the middle because I make sure to wash that cotton first. So I pre-wash that to make sure that doesn't shrink. But this does not shrink, so I never do anything in the middle. Do you use a larger needle? I don't use a larger needle, but I use a stretch needle. Very important for when you're working with any kind of knits or polyester. I use a stretch needle. So we have those actually available in the store. We just did this one. Did you say you got 4 blankets out of 1.5 yards? Yes, so 2 1.5 yards, so one fabric for each side. And so a 1.5 yard cut that we sell is 60 wide. So I'm talking about our 60 wide. If you're buying our even wider, you could even make a bigger. If you do our 90 wide, you can get 6 cuts if you're making them about this size. But a 60 wide by 1.5 yards, which is about 54 inches, I was able to cut 4 27-inch squares from the 1.5 yard cuts from both, and that's 4 blankets. I think that's a phenomenal deal for it's such a great gift for anybody. Like, newborns, babies, anything like that. I know for my grandkids, they have tons of quilts and tons of these little grab along because they're always have one with them. The other thing I just learned today, so for example, now it's illegal to have kids wearing a coat or jackets in their car seats. So my grandboys always have any kind of small quilt, small blanket to have just in the car to put over them if it's cold outside. Speaking of Minnesota, I didn't know that. So that's why it's great to have a few of those to just grab along to the car. All right, any more questions? Do you make sure the Minky stretch goes the same way of both pieces? Yes, so remember it stretches one way, not the other, so I do make sure that it's going the same way so they're both stretching the same way. Now, if you do them opposite, I don't think it really matters. It kind of, the one side will stabilize the other, but it's just kind of nicer that they're going to behave the same way. Yes, stretch needle, I believe the ones we have in the store are 90-14. Yes, 90s. But it has a different tip on the needle, so you might not want to. You don't want to use sharps because it's just the way the needle punches. The stretch needles have a little bit of a rounded tip, so you won't skip stitches. So if you have any trouble with skipping stitches when you're working with any kind of a knit or stretchy fabrics, make sure you have a stretch needle. It's gonna take care of that probably right away. All right. Okay, great conversation, great questions, everybody. So I'm gonna give you some more tips on using Cuddle and Minky next week. We always got some new great ones coming. I love it. I just love it, and everybody in my family loves it for the back of their quilts. All right, let's talk about the Kopi quilt along coming up. So the Kopi, we're calling it a quickie quilt along because it's just going to be one video that premieres at 7 p.m. Thursday, June 29th. However, if you are participating and either purchased a bundle and got your pattern or got your pattern, PDF pattern, on our website. You will be getting a little bit of an update tomorrow, as we've talked about for the past few weeks. The day before the quilt along, you will receive the cutting instructions and a cutting video. So that will go live in your account at noon tomorrow, the day before. So on the 28th is tomorrow, right? 27 today. I am a little, always when you get back from vacation, your brain is a little halfway there. 28th, 12 noon Central Time, you will get an email, or you can check your account on gequiltdesigns.com, and you will see that the cutting instructions will be there and a cutting video. I take you through the video, and if you wanted to use some directional fabrics, I'll give you some tips on how you can cut those, things like that. And then at 7 p.m. tomorrow, 24 hours before the quilt along airs, you will get the full pattern. So you can spend Thursday or Wednesday evening, night, take it to bed, read through it. But we do this because we want to make this so that we're all kind of doing this at the same time, so that we don't have a bunch of people making the quilt way before, because I'm going to be giving you some really great tips during that quilt along or the video. So any more questions? So with that, I wanted to mention that our special, if you purchase a bundle in our store, last day is today to get that pattern free. If you purchase any half-yard bundle in our store, you'll get the Kopi quilt pattern and video package free. So that ends at midnight tonight. If you haven't secured it, it's a great way to get that free, just by getting a little fabric. But I've been really fun watching all of you that are in our Facebook group on Facebook, showing us what fabrics you're going to be using. So that's always been fun to see, and it's going to be the most thrilling thing for me always to see all the different versions of Kopi. Will we get a signed photo of Kopi? Well, there's that paw print. That's his signature.
Kopi doesn't do anything.
He doesn't do interviews. And he's pretty knocked out behind me here, so he's tired. He's still tired from Friday when all the other dogs were here. He was just kind of walking around like, what is going on? This is my domain. Will 12 6-inch strips be enough for a lap size? No. 9 half yards is what you need for a lap size quilt. So once you get the cutting instructions, you can see how many strips you need. The quilt along is a video, nothing live. No, so yes, it is pre-recorded, but we premiere it, so it's like our live videos. So you can still comment. We will answer your questions in the comments and things like that. It's just not shot live. All right. So any other questions about the Kopi coming up? What if you didn't purchase the bundle? We'll still get the video. Yes. So if you purchase the pattern, you will get the same thing, cutting instructions and the cutting video at noon tomorrow, full pattern at 7 p.m. And then 7 p.m. on Thursday night, we air the video. And remember, right after we air the video will be available in your account as well. So you can, if you don't have time to sew on Thursday or whatever, you can go right back to your account and watch that video over and over. The special is, through June 28th. Through June 28th, the day before. I thought it was the 28th today. I'm so confused. Sorry, everybody. So the special goes through tomorrow night. Time on Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time is the premiere air time. All right? It's exciting. I can't wait to see all the different Kopis, and he's excited too. Now, if he had his choice, he would come and test all of the quilts afterwards. As soon as I put a quilt anywhere, he jumps on it. That's his, claims it. I love it. All right, if you have any more questions on the quilt along, shoot really quickly. With Darla's asking if we use fat quarters, we need 2 of the same color. No, not necessarily. You can have a lot of variety. Kopi is really scrappy. You can do a lot of variety. So If you don't want to use fat quarters, you just the fabric requirements are double. So if you're doing lap size, you need 9 half yards. That means you need 18 fat quarters, and they don't have to be two the same. No worries about that. All right, let's move on to our next segment. Something that I'm a little emotional about. It's exciting. It's kind of unbelievable too. My first pattern is having an anniversary. The first pattern I ever published in English was the Braid Runner. The original cover looks like this. Quilt As You Go Table Runner. Now this little guy paid my mortgage for many years. This pattern, like I said, Quilt As You Go Table Runner was very popular, came out 20 years ago in the US. So that's quite the accomplishment. It has sold, I think, over 140,000 copies since then. It's a classic, and I felt it was time to revive it, celebrate it, because it was such a big part of our lives. When I started out, of course, it was the whole family. The kids were packing patterns, stuffing them in the little pattern bags, on the couch, watching TV. It didn't matter how old they were, pretty much. Don't tell the labor department. But this pattern was also, it kind of did a lot of cool things, because at first I didn't sell it retail. I just sold it to wholesale, my distributors, and then quilt shops. And there were many quilt shops, and one I remember specifically was in Colorado Springs. Ruth Stitcheries, she made a sample out of almost every line she got in the store back in the day. And so every time I met her, she gave me an update on how many kits they sold, and they were in the thousands. It was incredible. So a lot of folks have made this runner, so it'll be really cool to hear in the comments if you made this runner back in the day. Maybe you didn't even know it was mine, but so many had made it, and once you make one, you kind of have to make another. So hence all the ones. So the original that was on the cover is still here. I have it still. There's two runners on the cover, on the original cover you may have seen. The second version, that kind of harvest orange gold colored one, yeah, that one had a little accident, a little candle wax spillage by my daughter Svana when she was 2.5 years old or something, or 2 years old. Yeah, so that one didn't survive very long. But it's photographed. This photograph is taken in Iceland, because the original pattern came out in Icelandic in 2000, so 23 years ago. And it's photographed on the side of my friend's house. That's that wood texture. I just stuck it to the house. So it is time to reveal our anniversary cover. So I have rewritten the pattern, revised it. It's going to have a full color. The printed patterns will be shipping later in July, but I wanted to reveal the anniversary cover for all of you. So yes, I made new versions of the Braid Runner, and here's the new cover. So it's time to celebrate 20th birthday. 20th birthday. So these versions, I kind of stuck a little bit to the old colorways of the two versions, but let me show you here in the overhead. So I used this red version. So instead of doing, can we see in the overhead here, sir? Instead of doing the more orange, I went with this more of a nice red. There's some warmer tones here. This one is made with all art gallery fabrics and this beautiful dusty blue narrow border and binding, and I use the same border fabrics for the backing. So this is my updated version of the kind of fall-ish one from the original pattern. And then the green one, I did an update too. So I found this gorgeous border fabric, which is kind of a dark navy-ish, but a lot of green tones in it. And so I made the braid the ombre from light to dark in all kinds of shades of green. They're all kinds of basics, some art galleries, some bumbleberries, some deer Stella, just a combination because I just love doing the ombre look. And then most of it is, like I said, art gallery and a beautiful back. This one worked perfectly for the back. So these were the two versions that made it, the original, the anniversary edition covers. And I thought it would be fun to put together kits. So if you wanted to make a runner matching the 20th anniversary cover, we have the kits available now. So we have the red anniversary kit and we have the green anniversary kit available in the store now. Just know that the Braid Runner pattern is not available yet. Remember, you want to wait for the updated pattern. If you don't have this pattern, of course you can use the old one if you still have that. But you want to wait for the updated pattern because it's going to have really nice full color images and just kind of everything updated and look like our patterns, all full color, one page. So it is a little bit of a Braid Runner fever around here. Of course we had to, you can't make one. It's like one of those patterns, you can't just make one. So the one here on the side, over here, I made from the Holidays at Home bundle that we got in not too long ago. So I kind of left it in the blacks and greens and the creams. So that one is made out of that one. I think we have a photo of the runner, don't we? Yeah, so this is the bundle. And then there's the runner in this full length. And then our second, I made another one. Now this fabric is not here yet. This is Forest Frolic by Robin Pickens. It's a pre-order right now, but isn't that gorgeous? So I had to do a fall version, kind of a nod to the old one. Here's the line. It's a pre-order now, but beautiful fall colors. And I just love how this one turned out. So it's time to celebrate the Braid Runner. I would love to hear in the comments if you made them, if you made one before, and how many, and what you did with it, if you still remember. It's just fun to hear. Oh, Connie says, I bought my Braid Runner at Ruth Stitcheries years ago. That's great. That's awesome. Janet made one. It's easy. It's fun. It is. And speaking of, it's Quilt As You Go. We do have Fast and Furious Club, which is our Quilt As You Go club starting this fall. 4th season will start this fall if you like the Quilt As You Go quick projects. But Braid Runner, yeah, on another level. It was on another level. It was the kind of the first one. And back then, nobody had ever done anything with the Quilt As You Go method, like patterns other than just log cabins and stuff like that. So it was kind of a little bit revolutionary. Me being a rebel, of course. Nothing new there. Oh, I found my roundup ruler. It was under the Braid Runners. All right. Any questions on the Braid Runners? So I see a lot of you are talking about it. Which one do you love? Which one of the kits do you like better? And which one is your favorite? Like I made 4. There will be more. There will be more. It's so fun to make. But we have a limited amount of those anniversary kits, so snag one up if you want to make one. And like I said, the pattern will be available later in July, both as a PDF with the updated version and as the new one in print. Now you won't find it on the website now. We took it off because I want you to have the real updated version. All right. All right, one question. Would you consider a new Braid Runner pattern for a quilt? So it's really hard to do a Quilt As You Go for a whole quilt because my methods, you start with your whole piece of backing and batting, and then you piece everything through the layers. So when you're done piecing, you're done quilting. You just put the binding on and it's done. So having a really big quilt that way, you would have to piece the backing, piece the batting, and just something I don't recommend. There's ways to do it, but I don't make those. The pattern will be available later in July. We took the original off because we want to wait for the updated version, like I said. All right. Well, I think it's time for some beautiful fabrics. We have some new, you know, we love our novelty prints that we have carry kind of one-offs in 1 yard. So we have some beautiful, unique Dear Stella fabrics in 1 yards. These are holiday fabrics, and I, of course, love the unique namings. So the first one is Yoga Santas. It's called So not ho, ho, ho. It's Now, Mr. HP, I think you should be one of these guys. He can do all those poses, right? So it's a navy background, but really cute, fun print. So it'll be really fun to make something unique for a yoga lover. Yeah. What are those poses called?
Tree pose there, warrior one.
What's this one? We're standing on one leg.
Single leg, hand to toe.
Okay. Do you know all the professional names for it?
The Sanskrit.
The Sanskrit names?
Virabhadrasana one, Trikonasana.
Okay.
Tree pose.
I won't repeat those ones.
Yeah.
But so that's one of the Santa yoga ones, and then we have a second one. The Santa's doing yoga in snow globes. And this one is called Nama Santa. Nama Santa, and he has some gnomes with him. He even has a cactus on a sled, some penguins, pink Christmas tree. I just love it. Oh, is that a naked gnome behind a tree?
Whoa.
I love Dear Stella. It's just so fun. So those are the two yogis, Santa yogis. And then we have this one. It's called Time to Get Blitzened. Because it's all the Santas. They're super cool with their sunglasses. And there's cocktails. There's little cocktails. Time to get blitzened. This Santa has earrings. That one too. They're kind of a little bad boy Santas. Yeah. I love it.
Where's the Nama sleigh?
I know, that one's missing. Well, this one must be Nama sleigh. The one that has the sleigh. I love it. So those are the three Dear Stella Santa ones. And where's my pickleball lovers? We have two pickleball prints in the white. I love the colors. And then in the black. So
How cool.
it's time to get back in our pickleballing, isn't it? Been just no time for pickleball for a while. So this one those are all available in 1 yards. So let's check out some of our other fabrics. I forgot to show you the kits. So here are our 2 anniversary kits. The red and the green, and includes everything, all the fabrics except batting. So you have the backing, you have the binding, and borders and everything else. All right. We have 2 lines. We have a holiday line from Dear Stella. And this one has kind of a unique name. It's called Sari Selka. It's kind of a Finnish inspiration, and I decided to stick really with a very limited colorway. So it's 9 pieces. So just this beautiful deep red, this charcoal black, and grays. So let me show you. So very Scandinavian, very kind of minimalistic, but typical, classic, just line drawings on this beautiful deep burgundy red kind of, but not too much wine color in it. It's still just a beautiful tone. We have this directional print, and then we have the beautiful snowflakes and with white and then a little cream on top. Going into our blacks, we have little deer, a little bit of green, and then that gold. So it's not metallic gold, it just looks like it. It's just print, no metallic in here. We have the snowflakes on the black. And then we have that same print as the first red one in the black, but it just really makes it more, not as harsh when it has that tan on top. I really like that effect. So then we have the grays, starting off with the snowflakes in the medium gray, that all over print, also on the gray with a light gray print on it, very subtle. And then the lightest gray color has that same print we have here with a little bit of red, a little bit of green in it. So there it is, 9 pieces in the bundle. But of course I did a great little fabric pull. I want to show you the first one here. I did include, we have one more print from the line in the green, that forest, it's called Sarasalka Forest. And that's that green you'll see here. So we have this one in 1 yard, it's not in the bundle, but it's perfect for accents. And then because this is a Louis and Irene, there is a bumble brace called Sarasalka Green. So we have both of those as the accent. For the reds, I love this one. This is the Spectrostatic in the brick. Perfect mix there. Or the Gala Glint in the barn red. Also a great match here. For the charcoals in black, chalk and charcoal in the full-on black if you want something pure black. And then the Spectrostatic black has the white in it, so it really has the same feel as the other ones. For the grays, we have a bumbleberries in the basic rock for the darker hues. And then a little bit lighter, we have the static light gray, which is perfect for the lightest gray. And then if you wanted a little sparkle, I think this one would look great too, the shimmer and the radiance. This was one of our Silver Bells Color Club colors. If you wanted a background, I would probably go with a white because there is white. So the small snowflake works great. Something that's almost a pure white will stand out from all of them, even the light grays. Or you can kind of go and pull out the tans or the kind of almost a little gold in here with something like Spectrostatic and the Papyrus. And I really love that. That will really warm it up. Kind of create that natural earthy feel like that Scandinavian decorating style has. And then I found this fun one. If you wanted a fun stripe, there's a diagonal action. This is from a previous line, but it was the stripe, and I think FMM. That is Frosted Mary Mints. That's the line. But beautiful. Of course, you can always see all of our fabric pulls on the blog with links to all the fabrics I put with it. It's the easiest, fastest way to find what we're showing you. So this is Sarasalka.
I thought you said, sorry, sucker.
Oh, man.
Sorry, sucker.
Sorry, sucker. Okay, it's a good thing that you're not presenting the fabrics. That would not be a really good name
I
for
was
it.
like, what?
What is she saying? All right, we have another beautiful Louis and Irene, and this is a reprint of a 2020 line, but it's in flannel. Look how yummy. So this is Winter in Bluebell Woods. It was a very beautiful, cute line. So let me show you what we have in this line. So beautiful flannel, and this is the first time we've had flannel from Louis and Irene. It's wonderful, soft, and cute. So we have that main fabric here with all the animals in the woods. And we have a small print. It's this beautiful grayish blue color. So cute, perfect for winter. Let me show you There it is. We have the little star, so this is kind of more wintry, not necessarily Christmas, but just these pretty blooms. The flannels stick to each other, so a little harder to maneuver. We have the light gray main print, so this is a little bit lighter gray. It has a little kind of a lavender undertone, really pretty. And just love the little animals everywhere. So a little bit lighter bluish grays here. And the main, the little flower, the winter flower there, winter rose. And then we have a tone, just a little polka dot, irregular polka dots. Really like this one. So pretty. Going into a little more of the reds here. So this print has a lighter pink than this one, and there's a lighter background to it. We have the small print, same as that blue one with the red, and then the little polka dot on a tan background but red dots. And finishing with a couple more tans, we have the main print in the tan, and then that all over print like these two on the tan background. So this is Winter in Bluebell Woods flannel. We do have a couple of prints from the line available in 1 yards and 3 yards. So we have the gray, light gray print, main print, and also the dark grayish blue. And we do have it in 3-yard cuts as well, which is wonderful. If you didn't know, 3-yard cuts, if you wanted to use them for backing, 3 yards is 108 inches. So if you wanted to do like a twinner or a full-size backing, 2-3 yards with one seam down the middle will give you that. If you wanted to do a larger, like a king size, 3 yards will give you enough for a king size. That's why we love these sizes. We also have some basic flannels that would be great to throw in here if you wanted to. We have some brand new Bumbleberries flannels. We have the raw color in the gray, and we have the cream Bumbleberries in the flannel, and then also a post box red, which of course is the perfect red to pull out all those, a great accent. But then we also have a couple from Moda that would also work in here. If you wanted green as an accent, that would also work well. The Fall Melody flannel in the olive, or a little darker accent with the black. Great, would be great for binding or anything like that. So this is Winter in Bluebell Woods flannel. I think this would make a wonderful Kopi quilt, by the way. Just saying. That means I would have to make one, another one.
Jump on it.
Yeah. So this is our last fabric of the day. And so remember, tomorrow around noon, you will, if you're participating, check your account for your video and your cutting instructions. But of course, check Colleen out at 9:30 a.m. for another wonderful 1 Yard Wednesday. She's got a great one for you tomorrow morning. But we're going to finish it off with our giveaway question for the evening. And so here's my giveaway question. All you got to do is answer in the comments, and you're automatically entered for the $25 gift card giveaway. What does summer mean to you? Now, it's just summer can be super hot, and that means that you stay inside. Other places, summer means a lot of outside, utilizing finally the warm weathers. You know, you never know. What's summer to you? Maybe it's vacations. Maybe it's taking care of kids. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe that means
no shoveling.
What does it mean to you? No shoveling snow? Oh, you kind of got off easy last winter anyway.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. But remember, next week's Tipsy Tuesday is going to be on a Wednesday. We're going to be live 4 p.m. Wednesday, July 5th, because July 4th is, of course, Independence Day here in the States. So we will be live on Wednesday. Can't miss a week. Can't miss a week. So that is our show next week. Also, our Happy Friday this week will be on Friday. This Friday is the June 30th at 12 p.m. Central. And you don't want to miss it. If you want information on our GE Fan Fest tent sale, we'll have some more information for you this coming Friday. So maybe some sign-up spots for some unique events going on. So check us out on Friday, Happy Friday show. But that's it for us. We thank you so much for spending this Tuesday with us. Have a great one. Bye, everybody.